opinions. After that, it gets to even deeper things. You start telling them what you really believe about something and your emotions, what you feel about something. And then at the core of your personality, and this is where you don't let everybody into it, but at the core of your personality, I think it's kind of spongy. And that's your hopes and dreams, your desires. That's the center of who you are, and you don't even know that yourself. So to let somebody into that side, they're going to form it as they are let into it. That make sense? So conversations usually progress in that manner. Guys, if you're really a man, you'll open up and then let her reciprocate, which is usually what she'll do. Ladies, guys don't often know this is what conversation's about. They often won't reciprocate, and they don't know what they're doing. So I feel bad for you. It's just the case. So, but sometimes we'll talk at women, not really to them. Guys, men will use sarcasm and wit to build a relationship, and they do bonding activities. Often they only share confidences with other men. To share something that's private, or especially a weakness, with a woman is to basically write her off the list of dating. And we don't want to do that. So we mostly will only share things about ourselves that are bad with other guys. Ladies have no problem sharing with guys or girls because they're trying to build relationship, and sharing weakness is part of that. But guys typically will only share the deeper things with other guys. It's one of the reasons we have problems in the church is that guys don't get together and go do stuff as much as women do. And therefore they're not even sharing with anybody. And that's a danger. All right. They're not very good at interpreting female hints. So when women are trying as hard as they can to say something nicely to the guy, he's not getting it. At the very beginning, we saw that going on with Jim Kerr and his wife in real life, which is the actress that was there. But she was trying to hint at it, and then he just wanted it straight up. So, all right. Maybe one of these things would help us. It's possible.
Yeah,
It's the second time this week.
but you said it was fine.
It is fine. It's perfectly fine.
Are you confused by female behavior? Wish you had a translator to understand what she means? Well, you're in luck. Introducing the Manslater, a revolutionary device that translates woman language into simple man words. Finally, the power to know what she means.
Okay, cool. We're just stepping away. Hey, babe, at tea time open up later. You mind if I go?
Fine. If that's what you want to do.
On second thought, I think I'll just stay here with you and watch the book.
Now that's more like it. The Manslater uses deciphering technology to help you out of the toughest jams.
Hey, is everything okay? You sound upset.
Why would I be upset?
Happy anniversary, baby.
You remembered.
Come on, of course I did.
That's the Manslater's patented FemLogic processing chip that can decode statements like,
Are you wearing that? Do you want to get some coffee? Do you think she's pretty? Aw, you're such a good friend. I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Do whatever you want.
Could you rub my shoulders a little bit?
the Manslater even works on men. Finally, women can learn the deeper meaning of his words. Whoa.
Your beauty is stunning.
Hey, mind if I catch a movie with the guys?
You are a lovely, wonderful, beautiful mind. And so I will miss you. Tonight, I wish to stay down cold night.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Manslater can even be customized with the voices of real celebrities being impersonated, like Yoda. Or Mr. T. So get your Manslater today. Clarity is just a phone call away. You need
All right. Until one of you guys invents that, we'll have to just stick with books for now. All right. So how are we going to overcome some of our differences? One of the biggest differences that I have experienced myself and that I had to overcome and that a lot of people tell me about is the old, where do we go to eat? So the guy says, hey, you want to go out to eat? She says, yeah. What do you want to eat? And the guy says, I don't care. What do you want to eat? She says, I don't care. The guy's like, oh, we both don't care. But he's a man, so he's decided to make a decision. All right, let's go to Wendy's. Not Wendy's. But I thought you didn't care. Yeah, I don't, but not Wendy's. And now he's at a loss. So the whole I don't care conundrum. There is a way around it, though. What you should do, guys, is you simply give them options. So the thing is, she doesn't really know what she wants yet either, necessarily. You have to help her lead to that. And she does know what she doesn't want, I should say. She doesn't know where she wants to go, but she does know where she does not want to go. So she can figure that out. She knows that. And she doesn't know how much money you're willing to spend. So there's a lot of questions. She's trying to be polite. So give her some options. We could go to Olive Garden or Wendy's or the Bistro. She's like, No, she still won't make a decision, though. She's a woman. She'll say something like this. They have nice salads at Olive Garden. And this is where guys fail. They go, oh, you want to go to Olive Garden. What you're doing is you're pushing leadership back on them. What they want you to do is you lead where they want to go. That's the goal here. So what you should do instead is go, hey, I love the Olive Garden. Would you like to go to that? She's like, oh, that's a great idea. He knows me. And off they go. So if you want to impress the woman, you just keep asking questions until you finally figure out what she really wants. And then you lead her there as if it were your idea. And it works. So anyway, so I have here in brief, men give options, women compliment one, guys then assert that that's what they want, and the woman then agrees. And then if the salads are bad at the Olive Garden, it's his fault. He took her there. So, all right, if they're out of breadsticks. Don't ask men closed questions, ladies. If you ask us yes or no, we'll usually give you a yes or no. So that's all we'll give you. If you really care, do you like this movie? Yes. That's over. So instead you should say, hey, did you like this movie? What part of it did you think was cool? Now I have to think about that, and then I can give you an answer. But I have to start talking. If you give us yes or no's, we'll usually take it. Try to give us other questions. Try to be more obvious with your nonverbals. Sometimes you're going to have to be blatant. Okay? So what I'm trying to show you is that I want to go home now. This date is over. Instead of the hints, like, I'm done with my food. He doesn't get it. Well, I'm done with mine too. Time for conversation, I guess. No, you have to be blatant. Don't work through intermediaries. This is mostly grade school, middle school, working through people, and all of a sudden everybody on campus hates your guts, and you don't even know what you did yet. That sort of thing. That's bad. You guys remember middle school, right? Okay. Be sensitive to women's feelings. Recognize that they'll take things personally, guys. So, one of the biggest things that I find is that women often do just hint. They're not telling straight up what they want. This was for lunch, but this is for many other things too. And guys often will tell me, matter of fact, in my Com 150, I split them into guys and girls, and the first question I make them discuss in their groups is, what do you dislike most about the opposite gender's communication habits? And what they usually come up with is they can't communicate. Both sides say the exact same thing. They can't communicate. So I say, okay, guys, what do you mean? And they go, well, they talk in circles and all over the place. They don't know what they're talking about, and you can't figure out what they're trying to say. They won't just come to the point. They can't communicate. I say, ladies, what do you think? Well, the guys they won't tell us what they're feeling. They don't have very many words. They often just are staring out into space. They can't communicate. And they both have the same complaint, but they mean completely different things. I think there's a reason why women are hinting at stuff. If you ask me, the hinting is important. It's vital. It's actually the ultimate test for non-physical intimacy. It's saying to a guy, do you care enough to have patience with me and to know me for who I am as a person, not just as a body? And if you really care that much, then you start opening up to get to understanding who she really is, and she'll start opening up to you. But it takes you have to get to know who that person is. And when they do this little hinting thing, they really want you to get it, okay? They will continue hinting as long as you continue trying. When you give up trying, though, that's dangerous. I think it requires that patience and a willingness to learn. The woman expects you to just understand, but when you show that you do, you show that you love her. And to fail to try is to say that I don't love you, that I don't care about you enough to figure you out, that I don't care who you are as a person. So, guys, this is probably the only way to put it into man speak. Think of it as almost a competition or a game. She's hinting at stuff, you got to figure it out. It's like a mystery of sorts. And if you ask the right questions, she'll keep hinting until you can figure it out. But don't give up on the game, because that's like giving up on her, and it's going to hurt her. So that's my guess, and that's why they do that. All right, back to some science stuff. What is attractive? What do you guys think? What attracts you to someone? Go ahead. Teeth? Right, so get those whitening strips. That was very specific. So, good. And now I'm self-conscious. Okay, so what else?
Eyes.
All right, eyes?
You say a lot about someone.
Yeah, the windows to the soul. Other ideas? Yep.
Positive all the average looks.
Yes, that's what we'll be getting to here in a second. That's true. Other thoughts? Hair? What do you like as far as hair goes? Okay, he likes longer hair. Anyone else? It doesn't just have to be physical things. What do you find attractive? Right now, we've got people with hair and teeth.
I like laughs.
Good. Humorous and their laugh itself. Excellent. Humor's good. Helps you give a workout for your abs. So, all right. Other things. An open mind. He likes an open mind, actually, is what he's saying. So, a woman who's open-minded about things. Others. Charismatic. You like an outgoing. You're gonna marry an extrovert. That's what you think. Truth is, actually, a lot of the charismatic people are introverts. They just look charismatic on stages and stuff. So, I'm actually a deep introvert, but you'd never know it. Sensitivity. Good one. My wife is actually the extrovert, but you would never know that either. So, sensitivity. So, cares about your emotions and feelings and is kind and gentle. And can show emotion. That's good. Other thoughts? All right. Let's see what the science says. You guys are right on for a lot of these things. Physical appearance, physical features. We'll talk about that here in a second. Science says proximity, that we fall in love or we like people that we're around. So now there is a stalker clause here, though. Okay, so if you sign up, if you sign up for every class that she's in and you sit outside Kresge every day and then follow her like a puppy dog, that's not going to work for you. That's too much proximity. But if you sign up for 1 or 2 classes and sit only 1 or 2 chairs away and have a few conversations, you have a much better chance. We start